Well, summer's upon us and we're very excited to start our new season, the summer of 2022. But before we do that, we have a few episodes we've created to show updates we've done to our RV. So stay tuned. All right, we just got this arrived today. It's our Thin Shade, Lippert Thin Shade. We're going to put it in, or we're going to attempt to put it in the door of our camper. And we'll show you that later. But the problem with it is it's just like a frosted glass. It doesn't block out any sunlight. And so Gina had rigged up a dish towel that kind of hung over it so we wouldn't get like so much light in early in the morning in the summer months. And also, you can't see out of it. So we thought this would be nice because when it's open, you could look out. And when it's closed, it cuts out the daylight. And of course, you get the privacy from it. So we haven't even opened it yet. Let's just open it up, see what all's in there, see if I can teach you how to install it without reading instructions, because that's how it's fun versus, boring reading stuff. All right. I like to read, but not reading instructions. A lot of times the instructions are so lousy, I can't figure it out anyhow. All right, so I might need instructions on how to get this out of the box. All right, and that seems to be everything that's in there. It's got nice pictures. Sometimes that takes the place of instructions, just looking at the pictures. All right, so, yay. Here's stuff. Am I breaking it? Okay, there we go. This looks like the frame. Looks like there's two parts to it. And I think it comes apart. I just don't want to break it on camera. So I will figure that out in a minute. But those are the frames. One's obviously the interior frame. I'm going to say this is exterior. And this side is interior because there's some kind of clips here. I bet that holds the shade in. And that clearly wouldn't be on the outside. Here's instructions. Here's some plastic tabaroos. The old tabaroo. I would say, I did look at the window in the camper. There were no screws. So I'm thinking this has something to do with getting it in or out. I don't know. I might have to read some instructions. And here's the shade. Wait a minute. There's got to be some glass. Oh, it's hiding here. And then, ooh, look at this. Nice tinted glass. All right. That's it. It's tinted glass. Some plastic thingamajigs. I'm looking at this. See, I'm looking down at this picture. And see, it's showing just from on the floor. All these little things around it. I'm thinking these tabs, because this has no screws either. These tabs have something to do with that. Anyhow, so we're going to figure this all out. You'll get to see us install it with any luck. I think it's going to be a great. What do you think? You think it's going to be a good addition?
I think it's going to be much better than having a towel hanging over the window.
Yeah. All right. We'll see what we do with that. All right. I think that's it for now while I figure out what the hell's going on here. All right. So I found out what these tabs are for. I started playing. I want you to get up close here to see this. There's like teeth on both these knobs and the groove it fits in. And I realized these, and this is the interior part that I surmise is the interior of the frame. So these little tabs go inward. And when they spread those apart and it just comes apart, lickety split. Well, almost lickety split. Some of these are being a pain. But anyhow, it just seems to come, and there's exactly enough tabs, these little white tabs, for all of these. And there we go. Ta-da! And so I'm assuming, since our camper doesn't have any kind of screws, I'm assuming it's the same operation. So I can probably just use these tabs to pull the window out. And then I don't even know if I need them when I'm installing it. It may be just to pull it apart. Maybe that's why they have this together, so you kind of discover how to use these. Anyhow, so we're going to go out and see if we can figure out how to put this in here. One thing we're going to have to be careful about when we're putting this in, it's going to be interesting, Gina. I'm going to probably need you for some of this. Looks like they got a bead of some kind of stuff here to seal it, but we don't want to break the glass. So we're going to have to figure out how to get all this in place. This is the outside. All this in place without breaking it. All right, well, let's see how we do on that. We're going to go try that out here in a few minutes. All right. The hardest thing I was trying to figure out is how the shade goes in, and I kind of read, it says go in a 45-degree angle. I think the idea is you can take the shade in and out after you've installed the window without having to take the window out. But I wanted to play with it before I got it all in. And it looks like literally all you're doing is there's like, if you look down in here, can you see that? I don't know. But down in here some latches, and they get latched from this side. So, whoops. So all we have to do is this goes up against those latches. And of course, imagine this is in place and you're inside the camper. You just slide it up in here at a 45-degree angle and get it right up against those. These have to be out. And then, I don't know if this is, you latch those, make sure it's in place. There we are. And see, it's like locked in place. And then you got another one that goes at the bottom. Let's make sure these levers are out. See, both these levers are out. And I just squeeze this up against there. Again, you could probably just do this in place, but it's easier for me. All right, well, the camera died, but all I did was, and I don't know how much this came out, but this just, you put this piece up against these latches and just latch them down. It's that simple. And do the same thing for the other end. I don't even know if I need these little tabs on anymore. And get it up there against those latches securely, and then just fold them down there in place. And I'm pretty sure you could do that without having to have the window in place. And this is obviously the inside of the inside portion of the window, and that's our outside portion. So now we're going to go outside and see if we can install this. All right, we got these little tabs, and there's like 16 of them, and there seems to be a little slot here. Oh yeah. So I think we're just going to have to put those, all 16 of them in, all the way around. So in a moment here, we'll just put this on fast motion so you can see this happen real quick. But because it's going to take for a while to get all 16 of these in. Ta-da! Got it. All right. Well, that was kind of tough because I had to keep reinserting them because they were sort of missing their mark. Anyhow, I bet you that sort of siliconed in place. All right. We have an interesting situation here. We're trying to get it loose, and I would highly recommend you have a putty knife. Gina has this little, I don't know, butter knife?
It's a cake spatula.
Cake spatula, and I'm kind of using it to get up under there and kind of cut that silicone bead that they clearly have holding it in.
Got it. There we go.
Bang! All right, so butter knife worked. Our cake decorating spatula worked. You're gonna have to clean that goop off there. But I guess we'll get all this residual gunk off because the new window has its own gunk. So you can see this is just frosted glass. And it gives you some level of privacy. It's opaque, but it's not cutting the light out. And you can't see out of it. You lose a perfectly good window for looking out of. All right, so what I'm gonna do is press this glass.
Here,
Oh, it's not even in the right place. Yeah, hold it for me. We're making this look super easy. All right. Get it down in there. All right, that seems to be right. And then we're just gonna, I would just press it. I recommend get it sealed against that bead of sticky caulk.
Yeah, this needs.
Now I'm gonna do something I might regret. I'm gonna put the actual blind side down. I'll tell you why I want to try that here in a minute. You can hear it snapping in. And now let's go down to the bottom. All right, let me see if I can do both sides. Because I feel like you just was like, because there's nothing there. Like I got an ant on the other side.
Thank you.
Because you want to get that good and tight, because I think that's what's going to help get you a weatherproof seal. You hear it click, click, clicking and getting tighter and tighter. Oh my gosh, it's so awesome. And look at this. See, I like the blinds this way. When we're traveling, I'll just pull it down. But when we're in place, if I want to, I can put it up for privacy and still have like a little light, maybe a little peephole. Because you can't adjust this when you're inside, because obviously the screen door will be in the way. And if that ends up not working, I just undo these latches here and here, flip the whole blind around. And there it is. That's the install of our new window. I think it looks better too. It matches. Yeah. It matches. It's clean. It's a lot cleaner too.
Well, I wonder why.
But it matches the. It doesn't have all the road dirt on it. It matches the other windows better than the frosted glass. So that's another one of our updates. And although we made it look hard, it really wasn't that hard. And now that you've seen our video, you can avoid doing what we did, and you can do it right. Right?
Right.
So this right here is the new thin shade we put in, and I like it because you can see out. It's just another, and I'm standing up and I'm 6'4", so I can see right out of it, which most windows in this class of campers are kind of low, and I have to duck down or sit down to see out of them. Maybe these over here, but this right here adds a new element of being able to see out. Plus, you know, the shade, you can't get to it right now because the screen's closed, but you could just pull this up and it's blackout shade, the original frosted glass. Yeah, we'd have problems with this. We were east facing, and we'd be getting woken up by the bright sunlight pretty early in the morning, so this will be a nice addition.